In 1994, Sony helped make the compact disc the industry standard for video games. But by January 2028, they plan to eliminate physical game discs. And they aren't acting alone. Rockstar Games is reportedly planning to skip a physical disc release at launch for one of the most anticipated titles in history, Grand Theft Auto 6. Publicly, the industry frames this transition as a simple reaction to how we already shop. They argue that downloading a game is faster and more convenient than driving to a retail store. And this pie chart shows exactly what they mean. Look at the massive 85% share of PlayStation game sales that already happen digitally, leaving physical discs to fight over the remaining 15%. But when that final 15% vanishes, it takes a crucial legal concept with it, the first sale doctrine. This is the law guaranteeing that once you buy a copyrighted object, you have the right to resell it, lend it, or give it away. Without a physical object in your hands, you lose those rights. When you pay $70 today, you are no longer an owner. You are legally categorized as a temporary renter of a digital access code. For game publishers, escaping the physical world solves a massive logistical headache. Printing discs, shipping them across oceans, and fighting for retail shelf space is expensive and inefficient. But the real financial prize is eliminating the secondary market. When customers buy a used game from a store or borrow a copy from a friend, the publisher makes exactly $0 on that second transaction. By forcing every player into a digital storefront, publishers eliminate that secondary competition overnight. They gain complete, unchecked authority over how much a game costs and when it goes on sale. This flowchart breaks down exactly why platform holders love this setup. On every $70 digital purchase, a 30% cut, $21, is instantly routed directly to the company that owns the store, like Sony or Microsoft. While digital downloads are certainly convenient for players, they are a highly efficient mechanism to transfer wealth. They pull pricing power away from independent retailers and hand it directly to tech monopolies. The tool they use to enforce this economic shift is the End User License Agreement, or EULA. Every time you click I agree to install a game, you are signing a non-negotiable click-wrap contract. These agreements rely on a legal fiction known as licensed, not sold. Even though the storefront button you click clearly says buy, the contract dictates you are only purchasing a revocable license to access the software. We are already seeing the consequences of this model. When Sony announced plans to close the PlayStation 3 digital storefront, players faced the sudden reality that their purchased libraries could simply vanish. The same panic struck owners of the PS Vita. Thousands of digital games, expansion packs, and themes are tied entirely to the lifespan of remote servers. In extreme cases, companies pull the plug without providing a backup. Ubisoft recently shut down servers for their racing game The Crew, rendering it permanently unplayable, and Sony nearly wiped purchased Studio Canal movies from players' libraries due to an expired licensing deal. Without a physical disc, a video game transforms from a permanent product sitting on your shelf into a temporary service, one that can be patched, delisted, or entirely switched off whenever the publisher decides it is no longer profitable. If this dynamic stayed contained to video games, it would be a frustrating problem for a specific hobby. But the gaming industry is serving as a testing ground for a much larger economic strategy. The license not sold framework is creeping into every corner of the market. We have already accepted it for movies and music, and it has taken over critical enterprise software that businesses rely on to operate. This software lock model is crossing over into the physical world. Car manufacturers and smart home appliance brands are installing digital constraints directly inside physical hardware. The result is a global economy where consumers constantly pay premium, upfront prices to acquire goods, yet retain zero permanent equity in their own lives. People are starting to notice the trap. Grassroots campaigns like Stop Killing Games are actively pushing back, demanding consumer protection laws that prevent digital revocability. Lawmakers are finally responding. In California, legislators drafted Assembly Bill 2624 as a direct counterattack on deceptive digital sales practices. The law targets the language storefronts use to lure customers. It legally bans companies from using terms like buy or purchase if they are actually selling a revocable license without providing a permanent offline copy. This pushback highlights how the definition of property has changed. In the modern era, ownership isn't defined by who holds the physical object. It is defined by who controls the digital off switch. If we fail to establish clear legal rights for digital consumers, the concept of buying a product will disappear entirely. We are actively moving toward a system where we pay full price simply to rent our existence.